childhood. Good afternoon, I am Cheryl Bowman. I'm with New Orleans Local, and today I have Joey Helm with me. We are doing a lot of renovations around this house, and I have an old mirror that I like the style, but I hate the color. So he has got some new products with Helm paint that he's going to show me how to use.
That's fantastic. Well, there's a big trend growing today, as everybody has kind of read about it, and you've read about it. It's kind of a buzz, which is chalk paint. So we can take a piece of furniture, we can take an old mirror, we can do a lot of different things and create a different look. Most of it is kind of an antiquing type look that people kind of identify with.
Now.
It's very popular, but it's a flatter look, so it's a duller look, and it kind of works across the board. You can do different things with it, different pieces. And in my case, I took a dark table. It was actually darker than this in my kitchen, and redid it with a lighter color and gave a whole different look to the room. So I think it's a product that's easy to use. That's one thing.
Very important.
No odor, right? Easy to use and easy to change your look without a lot of effort. So there's going to be a few steps we're going to go through, but I think you'll find it really easy. Okay?
I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too. I am too. Yeah, I've been there. All right, so we're gonna start putting this on, and this is our base coat. Now, really, Cheryl, what I'd like to do is have two coats on this so that it's solid all the way through.
Okay. How long does each coat take to dry?
That's the beauty of it. You can probably come back and recoat in like inside today, say 45 minutes.
Great.
You know, so it's easy. And again, it goes on pretty easily where it's not pulling too much, and it does hide pretty well. Every color has its own sort of, I guess, magic quantity or amount of paint that you put on the cover. This one actually covers pretty well because it's a mid-tone. And it's going on top of this, I want to catch these edges too. It's going on top of this dark color. So, you know, you probably could go back, and anything goes with this, I guess, this technique too. If you liked it like that and you want to go back with your wax on top and leave that color kind of veiling through, you can do that. But that's not what I like.
So tell me, all of the paints that you see coming in and out of style, where does grays fall in all this?
Today, the trends happen to be grays because they're neutral grays. They kind of work across the board. You can go to contemporary, to traditional. There's a lot of different, lifestyles that it fits.
Okay.
Off-white seem to be very popular right now. Okay, so it's a nice little contrast to use on a mirror or a piece of furniture or something to pull out. So that's why they're so popular, because they don't. I don't want to say that they're not colors that offend. That's probably a poor choice of words, but they're colors that work across the board. You
they're
can use
comforting
them
colors.
Very comforting and complementary. So, and you see warm. I guess if you had warm grays or you looked at warm grays, you would probably think of a taupe, probably more than, you know. So you're seeing these cool, little cooler grays. This happens to be a cool gray as well. But this is a real nice gray, very popular. It can be used as a base coat on a bunch of different techniques that we could do with this product. Again, this product has no VOCs, so we have no odor at all. I mean, you can see that while we're putting it on. So it's very, you know, I guess user-friendly from that standpoint, where you're not disrupting. The fact that it dries so quickly is very helpful. And again, the reason why I like it so much is I can paint just about anything. I can paint wood, I can paint metal, I can paint canvas for that matter with this product. So it is something that's flexible enough to paint canvas with. And then we can manipulate it almost any way we want. And let's say we don't like it after we wax it, after we finish today, we can go back, wipe it down with a clean slate again, and put another color on. You know, so okay, I'm gonna let this dry in a minute.
So as fashions and styles changes for the homes, my product can continue living.
Absolutely.
So if I want neon green next week, we can just switch this beautiful calm gray to a crazy sharp green.
And that's one thing as well about this particular product as opposed to other chalk paints on the market. We can tint this any color you like. So we have tint bases. So if you want a lime green, we can make a lime green. And it'll have that flat appearance where we can use the waxes to manipulate and basically come up with a whole different look, you know, with that. So that being said, I just think it's a very easy product to achieve some pretty dynamic looks. We put some of this on NVU as well.
Okay,
so
great.
You can go back and look at some of that. I'm just going to finish up this coat on the little edge here, and then we're gonna let this dry.
So tell me, Joey, this term chalk paint, why is it called chalk paint?
The product dries to a very flat, almost chalky appearance. So people, that's what they've identified with that product.
So
It's been marketed that way.
Texture?
Yeah, it's been marketed that way as an ultra flat. And when you hear chalk, a lot of people affiliate that with a real chalky type surface. Now, it doesn't powder off like chalk or anything. And the product is made with calcium carbonate and that type of thing too, which is there is some components of chalk. But the big thing is it's going to be a molecule that's not finely ground, or a resin that's not finely ground. So you have a lot of light diffusion, hence the flat, the ultra flat. The great thing about this product, though, despite it being so ultra flat, it's actually very durable. And we're going to put waxes on it to manipulate, so we're going to protect even more by doing that. But that's really what we have. So
I'm seeing a lot of brush strokes coming through here, and I've always been told you have to be really careful and make sure you smooth your brush strokes out. Does this product improve upon that?
Well, it improves upon that is because it dries so flat, very forgiving, and you're not going to see that in the final analysis, if you will, Sean. It's gonna flatten down enough where you won't see the brush strokes. When we go with our second coat, it will be incredible as far as it'll be very solid, it'll look very uniform, and it's going to be ultra flat. So you're not going to see the things you see now. Traditionally, with traditional paints, if you're painting on trim or you're painting a substrate that you want to have a high sheen, and you roll through it or you brush through it, you will see that when it dries.
We all have seen that.
Yes, we have. That's what we call it a holiday, right? But this is going to be a little bit different for you. That's another reason why I think it's so user friendly. You don't have to be a really good painter to achieve.
Me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. I haven't seen it
DIY
yet.
girl.
But I do believe that in the end, people will be very happy with the final look of how it comes out because it is ultra fun, very forgiving.
Great. So we're going to wait for this to dry a little bit, and then we're going to come back, and after the second coat, we'll see what happens. Okay, as I'm painting this, I know you've mentioned VOC several times. Tell me a little bit more about this. What is it exactly?
Well, VOCs in the last 10 years have become very important to federal specifications, and also for reasons that you would equate to every day. You don't have this smell or solvent smell that sticks around as it dries on the wall. So most paints today are trying to meet federal specifications, which volatile organic compounds are at a 0 level, which leaves you without an odor in the room and without breathing in any harmful solvents. So when we had glycol, which we used in coloring for years, or we used ammonia to help with the leveling of paint, those are known as VOCs, or volatile organic compounds. So you'd have a lingering smell over a few weeks while your paint dried on the wall. Now there are 0 VOCs, and we use a colorant in our Benjamin Moore paints, which is a 0 VOC. So you can even tint the darkest reds or the darkest browns and never have an odor in the room. And it is a proprietary colorant that actually fortifies the paint. So really, kind of when we talk about need being kind of the basis for new experimentation and new products, it truly has become that way. And this is something that was mandated by the government, or pushed forward by the government, but it was mandated by the consumer. They don't want odor. They want something that's easy breathing. So that's what they were looking for.
It definitely makes sense for babies' rooms if you want to paint them, or children. You want it to be out and done and beautiful without all that harmful things that could cause asthma, etc. Right?
That's correct. It's breathing problems, any breathing problems, or anything that you have associated with odor or headaches, that type of thing. That's eliminated completely now. Talking about Benjamin Moore's VOC-free colorants, as well as the paint themselves. That's been coming over a long period of time, and Benjamin Moore in 2005 came out with the colorant and the new products. They were first to the market with that. So it's been, it's proven to be. They are the leaders in the market with that. Well, we're going to let this dry just a few more minutes. You did a phenomenal job getting that second coat on, and when it dries, it's going to be solid, and that's what we wanted.